Hi friends, in the previous video we have seen how to configure the Webpack, right? Now in this video we will see some additional configurations. Okay, so now what I will try to do is I will try to run the npm start here. Okay, so let me start my server. So server has been started. Now let me run this Webpack also. Let it generate the bundle.js. So updated bundle.js, it is generate. So after generating this one, what I will be trying to do is I will try to refresh this one. Okay, so now we have seen the output here. If I want, if this is a simple code means okay fine, it's not a problem. If it is a big code, something like we have did the drag and drop thing, right? We have so if it is such type of big code, if you want to debug the code here, how can we debug the code? Okay, why? Because it has all completely bundled into a single file, right? So how we can debug that single file? So now in the sources, if you go here, you'll be able to find the dist file. Okay, you'll be able to find the bundle.js. If you see this bundle.js, you'll be able to see so much of code here. Okay, you are not able to see anything. If you see this index.js, you will be seeing the bundle.js. So here you are able to see the bundle.js. So if I do the pretty print also, you cannot able to debug this code. Okay, so you cannot debug this code. So you here it is a small code means you will be able to see these all classes. But if it is a big code means you will be not able to see this all the code. So in order to debug the code, if in order to keep the debugger, how we can do is, so what are the steps we need to do is, so this is the Webpack, right? So now first step is we need to go to the tsconfig.json and we need to enable the source map true. Okay, so we need to enable the source map true so that it will generate the source map. And also in the Webpack we need to mention something like we need to mention dev tool. Okay, dev tool. So we need to mention inline hyphen source hyphen map. Okay, so inline only it will be here you will be having in the bundle.js only you will be having the source map. Please link that source map to this bundle.js we are explaining. So now I will try to run the Webpack again. I will try to run the Webpack again. If I try to run the Webpack again, it will compile the code again. Take some time to run. The code will be compiled. So the code has been compiled. Now if I try to check the output here, if I try to refresh this one, so now here I am able to see some extra thing, something like Webpack. Previously the Webpack is not there. Now we will be able to see the Webpack. If you go to this Webpack, you are able to see the source thing, source folder. If you open this source folder, you will be able to see all the files where we have the components. In this we have category.ts, post.ts and also app.ts. If you open this one, so whatever the code I have written, you will be able to see this one. If you want to keep the debugger, you can keep the debugger directly here, and if you refresh this one, so you will get the debugger. So here the debugger. Okay, so like this you can with the source map help you can debug the code using the through the Webpack. So we need to keep the dev tool source map true, and also we need to enable that one source map true in the tsconfig.json. Okay, so in this way we can debug the code. And another one, what I need to tell you, another important thing is nothing but what I can say is it's a Webpack dev server. Okay, so in the Webpack also comes with an inbuilt Webpack dev server. So Webpack server, instead of using this light server, we can also use the Webpack dev server. What is the advantage of thing? We'll see. So let me install this Webpack dev server. If I go to here, the sample project, so I will install the, so we need to install Webpack dev server separately using Webpack dev server save dev. Okay, so let it install this Webpack dev server. So after installing this Webpack dev server, so what we will do is we need to do little bit of configuration. If you see here, the Webpack dev server has been installed. So now what I need to do is, so I need to go. So Webpack dev server, what it will do is it will start the server. Okay, it will start the server. So right now we are using light server in the package.json, right? So I will remove this light server. I can use directly Webpack dev server. Okay, so I need to remove this one. So now I will remove this one and I will try to run it here only. Okay, npm start. I will try to run the npm start. If I try to run, so it is trying to run the Webpack dev server, right? So if you see this Webpack dev server, so now it is telling that project is running in this localhost 8080. So I will copy this code. So it has compiled. So automatically Webpack dev server, what it will do is it will run the Webpack for us. So it will run the Webpack for us. It will compile the code and it will convert it to the bundle.js. So that is the advantage. So there is no need for us to run the webpack and the webpack dev server. So if we run the webpack dev server, automatically the webpack dev server will take care of that webpack configuration file. Now automatically this one is this one has been run, right? So there is no need for us to take this one. So now what I can do is, so I will stop this one here, and I will stop this one. I will run it here in the webpack in the terminal itself. So I will run it npm start here. Now what I will try to do is, I will try to run here localhost colon 8080. So we have changed the server, so that means the port also has been changed. We will see whether it is run. So localhost 8080 it is running. So now if we see the same output we are getting, okay, post data calling category data, so the same output we are able to get, but we are right now running in the webpack dev server. So now what we can do is, now I will go to the app.ts, okay, I will go to the app.ts. Now what I will try to do is, I will try to write console.log hi Leela. I will try to change this hi Leela. If I save this file immediately, automatically the webpack will run again. See, if I try this one, so now see, compiling, it has run. So the code has been run. So now if I try to see this one, so we need to get console hi Leela, this one. So if I try to refresh this code, I am not able to get the hi Leela here. So try to remove this bundle.js. So why? Because it is already compiling, right? So it will generate the file. So I will try to remove this one. Okay. Now here again it has been compiled. Okay, it has been compiled. But if you see here in the dist, you are not getting. So webpack dev server, what it will do is, it will store the file in the memory. It will not create in the physical path. Okay. Now if I try to execute this one, again we will not get the output. So it is telling that dist/bundle.js it is unable to find. So webpack dev server will not generate the file bundle.js file. It will store it in the memory only. So what we need to do is, we need to provide the we need to tell to the webpack config.js, we need to give another option, something like public path. So where is that memory file stored memory file should represent. So we need to write it as dist. Okay. So if I mention this one, I remove the dist file. So there is no dist file, and webpack dev server is running, and app.ts I changed the file. I saved the file immediately. It is compiling and it executing immediately. Now if I try to refresh the code, so now again we are getting, why we are getting is, we changed the webpack configuration file. So when we change the webpack configuration file, we need to stop the server and again we need to run it, so that it will read the configuration file again. Okay, whenever you change the configuration file, you need to stop the webpack and you need to rerun the webpack. So now again it is running. So now I will try to refresh it here. So now what it will do is, so now we will get the output, the same output we are getting, but you need to see that there is no bundle.js file in the dist. If you refresh this one also, you will be not able to see the bundle.js file. But what it is doing is, webpack dev server is creating a file, but it is keeping it in the memory instead of keeping it in the physical path. You need to remember this one, difference between the webpack and webpack dev server. And also if you see here, I am able to see the output hi Leela also. Now what I will try to do is, so I will go to the app.ts file, webpack dev server is running, so no webpack is running, you remember. So I will change this hi Leela to Leela, only Leela, and I will try to save it. Automatically webpack dev server compiled it, and if I try to check the output, again this automatically this page is refreshed. See, so I didn't do anything. Automatically this page is refreshed and Leela has been sent. So this type of configuration you will be able to see in the Angular, Vue.js or React.js. You will be able to see. Automatically it will be refreshing the Angular file. If you change anything, automatically the file will be refreshing, and everything will be saying. So that is the thing. So which one will be used by the webpack dev server? So the Angular, if you use ngserv or npm run build, if you run these things, so webpack dev server will be webpack will be run in backend, so that it will try to compile all the files. It will keep it in the memory. You need to remember that it will keep it in the memory. Why? Because if you run ngserv, it will be not, the files, the generated files will not there in the Angular dist files. When you run npm run build only, then the webpack will run and it will create the files, physical files, it will in the dist folder. So here we are doing the same concept here. So we are running the webpack dev server, and there is no dist files and all those things, but we are representing the files in the index.js. The index.html, we are representing the dist/bundle.js, but there is no files. In the Angular also, you will be able to see that in the app in the index.html file, you will be representing all the files style.bundle.cs, app.bundle.js. So those all files will be there, but you will not be able to see anywhere. So this is the way how it will be running. So here we are running, and also automatically it is compiling. When we change the code, automatically it will compile, and also automatically it will refresh the browser also. If I change anything in this app.ts file again, so any file if you change, so if I keep explanatory mark and if I refresh it here, and if I go there, automatically the file will be refreshed, and again you will be see the output. Okay, so this is the use of Webpack dev server, and also the source map, how to debug the code at the TS file using the Webpack. Okay, so hope you understood this about the use of Webpack dev server. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.